Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Hezron, and now we're about doing an anime horror story reaction called by Llama Arts called Home Invasion Horror Story Animated. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video, it was about me reacting to SML movie Baby Jeff. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and also like. And also, if you're not followed to my TikTok already, please follow me on my TikTok. At Hezron17, if you don't know how to spell that, Hezron 17 all together. And yeah, that's all. So now let's get on with the video. Home Invasion Horror Stories.
It was a cold, foggy evening when I contacted a close friend of mine to stay at my place for the night. Both of us were only 10 years old at the time, and my parents were often at work until midnight, so I was usually alone with nothing to do except watching a television show or reading a book. My friend Alex had agreed to come over and brought a game of Monopoly to pass into the time.
How old are you
I also
guys?
asked if he was interested in going to explore
Your
an
parents
abandoned
leave
subway
you
station 3
guys
miles
by
away.
yourself?
He seemed excited at first, so we planned to go on the trip in the morning. I remembered that the subway dated back to the mid-1920s and became abandoned in 1932 after the market crash in 1929. I was very fascinated about its history, but never got the chance to go inside after my parents had warned me not to enter.
Yeah, don't
As
go.
I quietly slept in my bed, I heard what sounded like a gunshot coming from the forest behind the house.
Gunshots.
Both of us woke up, frightened after what we had heard, and I told my friend not to worry, as hunters tend to go into the forest on frequent occasions, but when I checked the time, it was 11:39 p.m. This seemed very unusual, as hunters only came into the forest between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. I looked at Alex and decided to get out of my bed, intending to look through the window and spot for anyone in the forest. The darkness clouded my vision, so I was unable to see anyone in the forest.
Someone's gonna pop out.
I turned around and looked at Alex again, when suddenly I heard the front door squeak open.
Yeah, because your
Chills
friend
went
didn't
down my
lock it,
spine.
bro.
Both of us quietly moved to the bathroom, locked the door, and kept the light off. It was the only safe place in the house.
He's right, don't turn it on.
Both of us were terrified as we desperately tried to keep as calm as we
could. You guys got a phone or
could.
something?
We heard footsteps getting louder and louder until they stopped in front of the bathroom door.
Of course.
And then this is when the most terrifying sound forced my heart to almost burst.
He banged the door.
Both of us screamed as the person chopped the door to pieces. It was pitch black inside the room, making it hard to find the vent, and by the time I spotted the vent, the person behind the door had made a hole big enough for us to see him.
What the heck?
The man adorned black leather and was wearing a
so
plague
creepy
doctor
how they
mask.
tilt their head like that.
I scurried back to the vent, but it was too high above the floor for us to reach it, so Alex told me to go first because he was the strongest. He lifted me up on his shoulders, allowing me to open the vent and crawl inside. When I looked at the door again, the man had managed to fit his arm through the hole and reached for the lock. I quickly grabbed Alex's hand, but struggled to pull him up into the vent.
No, no!
Alex! I shouted, and began going after him. I pursued the figure until I was led to the abandoned subway deep within the forest.
Oh, no,
it was chilly and foggy, meaning that I could only see objects within a range of 5 or 6 yards. Inside the subway was a pool of freezing cold water. It was so dark that I couldn't see anything. I had to rely on listening to the screams from Alex and track the source. As I slowly walked through the subway, I was now struggling to breathe under the intense stress and fear of the situation.
Alex! He's behind
I called, but there was no response. I continued walking through the water until the exit was no longer visible. I was now experiencing a massive panic attack. I had lost track of Alex, and I had no idea where I was or how to get out.
Go back.
Where are you, Alex?
Alex was on October 19th, 1983. Alex was confirmed dead after he was found inside the ticket office hanging from the ceiling. Dang, dude. What about the other kid? His closest friend remains missing. Oh crap. Yeah, I don't know why Llama Arts is like scarier than like than the 1C entertainment. I think we should react to like one more. Yeah, let's react to one more. Let's react to this one.
It's not just
creepy night shift story 2 animated.
Or aircraft. It's the will to fight.
Well, at least it's not this Mike Bloomberg ad. That ad is so annoying.
Found inside every Marine. Battles won.
Creepy night shift story 2.
It was around 3 years ago. I was 17 years old and I worked at the local library in my city. The library was located in the middle of the city, but was totally abandoned in the evenings. I only worked in the evenings, when all the older staff had already gone home. My colleague and I were the only one left there that night. As it was the day before Christmas and a blizzard was going on outside,
Christmas.
Not one single customer inhabited the building. My colleague Thomas was down at ground level, while I was sitting at my desk on the top level. Normally, I would take the time to study, but it was the holidays and I was completely bored to death. The library was recently renovated, so I could look outside through the big windows that they had put up. I mostly looked at the blizzard going on, thinking about my bike ride home. It was a dark December evening and the snow was piling up. I just really wanted to go home.
You ride a bike? You don't ride a car?
What do you say we close up early? No one's gonna show up anyway. Over.
Over? You say over?
Your jokes are funny. Over. Just 10 minutes before we closed,
how old are you?
some
5?
people coming up the stairwells. It was some kind of family. One man and a woman with 2 girls.
When they pale as hell, bro.
I immediately
They're
saw
so
that they weren't
pale,
ordinary.
bro.
The man had a pale, almost white face.
Why does he have
wore
lipstick
red
on?
Lipstick. The woman was also completely pale. They all wore clothing like they used to be in the 17 or 1800s.
Huh.
I
Time
just
travel?
had my history exam,
I
so
don't know.
I recognized it immediately. While I walked towards them, I saw that they were looking around as if they were lost. "Can I help you folks?" I asked them. They looked at me with big eyes, if I was talking Chinese.
Oh my god.
I almost thought about bailing, but as we just had a meeting about customer satisfaction, I asked again, a bit louder. "Can I help you folks?" They now all looked at me.
Why they
with
smile?
a big smile and large eyes. I
Whoa.
was totally
What's the
creeped
smiling
out, and
for?
I didn't really know what to do anymore. "If I can help you, I'll be at my desk," I said, and I quickly
Dude,
walked
no,
away.
just leave.
When I was at my desk, I
They're
could still
gone?
see the family just standing there, doing absolutely nothing. Tom? Have you seen this family that just came in?" Over. "No, no one's come through the entrance. You good?" Over. Now I was even more creeped out. When I looked up, I saw the man walking towards me.
Oh.
From the inside,
Run,
I could
run,
almost
run,
cry,
run.
but I did my best not to show it. The man stood in front of me with his pale face and called out something in a language I couldn't understand.
This dude's a demon.
It sounded like English, but it sort of
That's
wasn't.
not English, bro.
I
That's
couldn't
a
make out anything.
demonic sound.
I looked down at my computer to make it look like I was searching, hoping he would just take off.
No.
When I finally looked up, nobody was there. The
Whoa.
whole floor was abandoned again.
So
I
he
did
just
a quick
he was like
sweep of the floor,
and
but I
then
found
just
nobody.
go away.
As if they just vanished.
Alright.
Just then, my
Leave.
colleague came up the stairs, and I told him what happened. He didn't believe me, and I thought I was trying to scare him. Luckily, there were security cameras in the library, so we could just watch what happened, right? After we closed the
Yeah.
library, we went to the security office in the building
not gonna
and
show
looked
them,
at
is
the
it?
footage from earlier that evening. What I saw then was the creepiest thing ever. I was talking to nobody. The whole family wasn't on the screen.
What?
It was just me, talking to myself.
Dude, you dehydrated or something? Bruh, you need some water, bro. Like, you were hallucinating. Well, that was the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye, everyone.